So my name is John Moonen, and this is my presentation for construction safety. So for this presentation, first I want to talk about OSHA and what OSHA does. So OSHA stands for Occupational Safety and Health Administration, and it was created in 1970 because of a need for standards to ensure safe and healthy workplace environment. OSHA is basically responsible for reducing drastically the number of deaths and injuries at a workplace. Next, I want to talk about Gershenson Construction Company. So Construction Company, this is a Missouri corporation. This corporation specializes in concrete paving, structural concrete, sewer and water line, and many others. So this company was um, was in charge of this construction called the building is the Fenton Athletic Association, which is on the left side, seen by Google Maps, and on the right side, it's the location of this building, which is 945 Larkin Williams Road in Fenton, Missouri. It's 63026, the zip code, and yeah. So why was this company cited? Well, this company committed 11 safety violations on December 13, 2013, and out of these 11 safety violations, one of them was a willful violation. So by willful meaning that it has been committed with intention, knowing or voluntary disregard for law's requirements. And most of these violations, the penalties, they range between $4,000 and $56,000. So first violation, which is the general clause, which is Section 5A1, which is the catch-all for citations, and this says that each employer shall furnish to each of his employers employment and a work and a place um, of unemployment which are free from recognized hazards that are causing or likely to cause death or serious physical harm um, to his employees. And this section was violated by exposing an employee to the hazard of being struck by the by a partially suspended load, which was being maneuvered by an hydraulic excavator. The employee was struck by one end of a 12 feet long section of a 42-inch diameter sewer pipe, and then the worker fell into a trench, which was 13 feet deep. And yeah, the proposed penalty for this was 56. I mean, $5,600. The next violation was for 1926.21 B2, which states that the employer shall instruct employee in the recognition and avoidance of unsafe conditions and the regulations to his workplace environment to control or eliminate any hazards or other exposure to illness or injury. And the employer failed to do this multiple times, 7 actually, but I'm just gonna talk about these 3 right now. Um, First one was having a 13-foot trench that lacked cave-in protection. The second, which was workers were allowed within the swing radius of an excavator in operation. And the third one, workers working around heavy equipment and in a trench were not wearing protective headgear. So yeah, Gershenson failed to comply with this uh, in 7 occasions, and the proposed penalty for this was for the amount of $5,600. The next citation was for the violation of 1929.100A. This states that employees working in areas where there is a possible danger of head injury from impact or from falling or flying objects or electrical shocks and burns, these employees should be protective by protective helmets. This citation was made because a worker was seen operating a compactor near an excavation where a backhoe was removing soil, and also because a worker was seen attaching synthetic web slings to the hook of the overhead track hoe bucket while the track hoe hoisted and transported some construction materials. And then again, the proposed penalty for this was for the amount of $5,600. So I'm gonna talk about 2 more citations because talking about all of them would definitely take more than 10 minutes. Um, so the next violation deals with excavations, and that is 1926.651B4, which states that while an excavation is open, underground installations shall be protected, supported, or removed as necessary to safeguard employees. Um, and what happened was that the employer did not make sure that the gas and water lines were protected or supported to prevent damage from the excavator bucket that was lifting sections of sewer pipe and soil. And for this violation, the proposed penalty is again $5,600. And the last one, which is this citation, is the willful citation, which again means that A has been committed with intention, knowing or voluntary disregard for the law's requirements. In this in 1926.652A1, this states that each employee shall be protected from cave-ins by an adequate protective system design. And the employer failed to do this when the competent person at the site had authorized employees to enter an excavation without a protective system. Um, and this excavation has the following measurements: 13 feet in depth, 11 foot in width, and 10 feet in length. And this proposed penalty for this violation was the biggest one. It's wrong in my presentation. It says $5,600, but it was actually $56,000. At the end, the total amount of this 11 violations total the amount of $110,400. And uh, according to OSHA's website, the company has 15 days to contest these citations. And my last slide, that's the bibliography with the OSHA website, which gave an abstract of the whole case. And yeah, thank you.